Welcome back. So today I thought it is wise for me to help you with the process of doing a perfect screen replacement. This is because in the repair world, or if you've ever owned a smartphone, it's almost inevitable that at one point you will have to perform a screen replacement. Phones fall a lot, it's a given. And so let me just take you through some of the steps to make sure that your phone is perfectly restored. This will help you both to monitor someone else doing the repair for you, or if you're doing it yourself for the sake of learning, you will be able to have a rightful step-by-step approach at it. So anyway, welcome back to Opioz Laboratory, and we are on the way to 1,000 subscribers. Please do hit the subscribe button. So in any realm of screen replacement, normally it begins by knowing the type of screen that your phone uses. And when you know the type, you will definitely narrow it down to two things, LCD and then the OLED panels. And this is just to sort of give you an idea of the pricing. Now these become very cheap, that you can get them for even as low as $10, and these tend to be a little expensive. And the more quality these screens have, the higher they will actually cost. So keep that in mind. And how do you know that your phone is using LCD or LED? Just type in your phone model into the internet. Basically, there's a lot of things on the internet that will really help you along those lines. So once you've known the type of LCD screen or LED screen that your phone uses, then you're good to go. Now, having said that, I have found myself in circumstances where I have had to source for the screen. And before sourcing for the screen, you need to be able to take apart the phone. It's wise to always test any screen that you're buying, if you're buying it in units. And most of the people who sell these screens are actually very willing. So here you have to know how to open the phone. Now in this case, I normally encourage you to watch other people's videos. For instance, some of the videos I have on this channel to show you on how to open the phone. Usually you could call it open, or at times they are called tear downs. This will sort of break for you the step-by-step process that you would go through to be able to get inside the phone. And that in most cases is part of the process you have to go through to be able to remove your screen. And once you're done with that, I will encourage you to take caution and observe any places of error or mistakes that could go, or what could go wrong while doing a phone opening. And having cleared those two, then definitely you will go and acquire your screen, having known its type. The type is just to give you a clue on the pricing of that screen on the market. Now, after that, you've tested the screen, you're fine with it, you'll definitely have to return and secure it onto the frame of your phone. Now, securing your screen on the frame of the phone involves basically 3 steps, and that is preparing the surfaces to receive each other, and bonding, curing is the last option. Now, preparing the surfaces, this definitely involves scraping away old adhesive from that surface, and then to wiping the surface with a solvent that helps clean off greasy substances. And in these cases, we tend to use isopropyl alcohol, and it's a very good one at cleaning electronics. Now, make sure you clean that surface thoroughly. In most cases, you also have to ensure that the screen itself, the surface that is going to receive the glue, is cleaned. And that is almost always clean, because in most cases when you've bought a new screen, it comes while it is already clean. You may only pay attention to this if you're salvaging it from an old phone. and reusing it. So you have to clean the residual adhesive, mostly at the edges of the screen itself. That being said, the next stage is to make sure you bring the two surfaces together. And always remember that in bonding, this is basically where you decide to apply the adhesive. Now the old adhesive had been removed and cleaned. Now we are at the point where we are applying new adhesive. Now in applying adhesive, we look at two main things. That is, one, make sure that you're using the best adhesive there is on the market. For my repairs, I've turned out to figure that E8000 is good. And then two is apply it to both surfaces, both on the frame of the phone and then also on the screen surfaces. Then give it a few seconds or here and there to allow the glue gain some sort of form, so that it's not flowing like a liquid. Because what you want to avoid in that scenario is you don't want the glue to flow into the point at which the fiber bonds to the glass of the screen. It tends to dissolve the conducting lines, and that will cause you problems. So pay attention to that. And therefore, you've brought the two surfaces together. Absolutely, the next stage is to make sure that the glue dries and the screen is held in place intact. So here, this one usually takes about 48 hours to carry on, but before letting it stay for 48 hours, you're going to make sure that the two surfaces that you brought together held together. So you want to make sure that you have tied the screen down with some rubber bands, or for most cases you will have to use threads like I tend to use, and tie all over the boundaries of the phone, and that will allow the screen be held down while the glue dries. So I think that's roughly some of the things I needed you to pay attention on when you want to do a perfect screen replacement. And of course, ultimately, if you're doing it for money, that means you will have to be open to review cases. In other words, request for feedback from the client, and that will allow you know that you're doing good work, or perhaps you're not doing good work. Feedback is a must. It's more like having suggestions back, and be willing to know that failures are actually opportunities for growth. You cannot improve on something you do not know that is a problem. Anyway, if you've reached this far, it's my humble request that you hit the subscribe button, and so we may hit 1,000 subscribers. Thank you for watching this far, and see you in the next video. Ciao.